What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Triangl. It's your boy D.
And it's your girl CJ.
I've been sleeping on my couch for a week.
No,
Brandi.
you've been
Me
sleeping
too.
on your couch for a week.
I've been crashing on my couch. I've been a lazy hoe. I cleaned all of my bedding because I have 50 million pillows and a duvet and all this shit. And I just been too lazy to put the 25,000 piece bed back together. So I was like, I got a pillow. I got a blanket. I've just been crashing on my couch, girl.
What? I mean, I
There's
do that
nothing
when
like it,
I'm
though. There's
There's
I'm
really
like,
nothing
nothing
like
like the
crashing on
couch
the couch.
sleep, especially when you have a decent couch. I crashed the
true.
fuck out on CJ's couch. She was like, "We can do the blah bed." I'm like, "Bitch, you don't know nothing about me and a couch, baby."
I mean, and then that wasn't even the good couch you slept
That was a
on.
good couch to me. It was perfect. I fit perfectly on that
I
couch.
get you. Well,
It was
that
my
was my
couch.
sleeping couch in Louisiana when my parents had it in their house. They rarely ever used it. So it's still fluffy, right? And we still don't use it that much. So when I was in Louisiana, that would be my sleeping couch. I just
See?
See, I
fucking
slept on that couch at your house, the one you're on right
on
now, and that was pretty
this
dope.
one,
Yeah.
because it
Mhm.
flattens out. It's a catnapper. That's the actual name of the couch. It's called the catnapper. Stretches out into a bed. It's ridiculous. I don't know
Yeah,
how that
slumber
works.
party at CJ's.
No, wait a minute. Don't
Yes,
let your
slumber
friends get a
party.
hold of it. Because they was serious on
Slumber
that thread on
party.
Facebook. Just talking about partying and shit. Anyway, that is not our topic today. Our topic today is another cryptid. It's Mothman. Mothman,
No, I
Mothman,
didn't want to
Mothman.
talk about this
Why not? It's so
Oh,
interesting
because
to
the
me.
moths
movie,
by themselves creep me the fuck out. So
Really?
right? The movie
add a
freaked me
man to
out
it.
when I was younger, and then I forgot all about
Mm-hmm.
the legend of the Mothman until I was driving back from Indiana,
Mm-hmm.
seeing my dad, and I thought it was a good idea as the sun was setting. I was like, let me listen to some lore podcasts, another show of lore. Baby, he went into all the deep stuff about Mothman, and I was driving through nothing but some cornfields and some forests and
Man.
trees and shit. The sun was going down. I was just like, I cannot with this right now. I was
Wow.
so bothered. It was creepy.
I mean, it's not like I don't think it just happens randomly. Although, no, I let me not lie, because the original stories felt a
All
little
them stories
random.
that I heard, girl, it's like a mix. But that's what we're gonna get into today.
That is exactly what we're going to get into today. So, first of all, if nobody knows this, moths are considered in a lot of cultures to be very spiritual. Like in Oki, my grandmother used to tell me never to kill a moth if it flew into your house because it's probably carrying a soul, or it's one of the souls of your ancestors or some shit like that. I know there's other cultures that have similar stories like that about moths, you know what I'm saying? So whenever I see one, I always like let it out. Like I'll capture and release. Like, do you guys have any, do they have anything like
I've
that here?
captured and released spiders. I do not like shit that flies. I can't. If it ain't
Yeah.
like a regular bird, I'm like, what is it doing? Get it away from me.
See,
No, I
that's
remember reading this story one time. I forgot the name of the character. What the fuck? Jabez Stone, I believe it
mm-hmm.
was.
Mm-hmm.
And in this story, I think the devil had manifested himself in this barn as a moth,
What?
Child,
and that
bye.
shit fucked me up.
Oh yeah, that's the
I
other side. Like the darker side uses moths too.
Yeah.
I forgot. Because that one show that I always watch had that guy that was like a Satanist, and he used one of the moths to kind of do the candle work of the Northeast, Southwest, and shit like that.
Fuck that
Um,
shit. Yo, how about an Okie? I seen a moth about the size of a composition book.
yes, so those
absolutely not.
big, beautiful moths in Oki, the Okinawan name for
Not
that,
Why
unless
by
are
you're
they
gonna make
so
it cute.
fucking big?
it's just tropical island shit. It's like, when you go to Australia and you see them
Who? No
goddamn.
one's just going to Australia. So when we saw crickets on our doors this big, that's not normal to us.
But yes, they're not the size of that notebook. They're more like the
No, it
size of my
was.
hand,
I was like, CJ
probably.
is a
But
lying.
It flew into
We
fucking
had
auto shop one day. I was in fucking auto hobby shop class, and it flew in that fucking garage, and it was just on the wall. I thought it was a piece of artwork,
I mean,
but it wasn't because the
no.
motherfucker started flying.
I can't.
Sorry,
I refuse.
sorry. But no,
Nope.
it's, and you know what the word is for Okinawan too? It's called a habera. That's the word for
Habera?
habera.
Stop saying it
Habera.
before something
Like you
comes
conjuring
up.
something?
You're gonna conjure it up.
Not the like the Mothman just standing outside of Brandy's door.
I would die, bitch. I would die. I would die.
It'd be like, first of all, why are you doing here? Like,
Mm-mm.
I can't. Anyway, let's get into like the oldest story we have of Mothman. I kind of looked it up, so I'm gonna kind of read it to you because it has all the info right here.
And
It's
she has a
awful.
good reading voice.
I try. It's buttery.
It's buttery.
Is what I've been
Reading
told.
rainbow.
I don't
Butterfly in the
He
sky.
can everything.
Speaking of which, old boy is gonna be hosting Jeopardy. No, that's what I heard.
We've been pushing for it ever since I heard he was
Yes.
gonna be like a fill-in. I'm like, he need to be the
He
permanent.
just
host,
needs to
period,
be the
period.
guy. Just make him the dude.
Perfect.
Nobody else
Just
is
make him the guy.
fit for it.
Make him
Nobody's fit for
smart.
that shit.
He's hilarious. Like, it's done. Anyway, so they're calling it a folklore. I want to say that it's a real situation. But anyway, so in West Virginia, Mothman is a humanoid creature reportedly seen in the Point Pleasant area from November 15th, 1996 to December 15th, 1967. The first newspaper report was published in the Point Pleasant Register dated November 16th, 1966, titled Couple See Man-Sized Bird Creature Something, because they don't know what it was, right? So to keep the story kind of short, what happened was there was two couples having a date night, and they went into this far off woods because white folks crazy, and
they love a good wood. Don't they?
So what happened is they went to like an old TNT facility or something in their area where supposedly nothing is happening anymore, whatever. It was an old military TNT site. And they were coming back, and on the road, they started hearing like a large wing like sound,
TJ,
like
I don't mean to
flapping.
cut you off, but
Yeah.
as you're telling this story, it's raining harder and harder by the
Oh
fucking
my
second. It's
god! I
creeping me
told
the
you
fuck out.
guys.
It's gonna be
I
like
did not
thunder,
wanna
like
talk about this.
No,
I
it's
did not
creeping me
want
the
to talk
fuck
about
out.
this. Yeah.
I'm looking out the window like, what the
I'm
fuck?
sorry. Well, I did bring
I
the
thought it was my
rain.
AC
I am the
unit.
rain man, so I gotta.
Girl.
Anyway, so they're going down this road. On their way back, they hear like wind flapping, like super loud, and they're like, "What the fuck is that?" And so up ahead, they see like a big winged creature with red glowing eyes, and they're like, "What is that?" But they keep going because they're like scared and they don't want to stop. Well, the creature takes off into the air and starts, they said they could hear it hovering over them, and then they heard it scratching at their car. Now mind you, they got scared, so they're going 75 miles per hour, which is pretty fast for a car back in the day. They're going as fast as they can, and they keep getting messed with by this creature that's hovering over their car. They're like scratching at their car, hitting their car, and what have you. And they said they heard like weird, like screechy voices coming from the creature as well. Like they couldn't really put their finger on it because it was a sound they've never heard before, right? Anyway, so they're like, they almost get to the city limit, and then once they get in, the creature veers off back into where the forested area is and doesn't follow them. But they go straight to the fucking cops. They tell them the story. At first, they don't believe them. Of course, that's kind of hard to believe, right? So they take their information, but soon people started seeing this fucking Mothman creature all over the place, and that's when the newspaper picked it up and did an article on it. And then I think a 13 months later to the date of that first sighting is when that bridge fell apart in that city, and I believe 44 vehicles went down into the lake area, and they pulled bodies out.
And supposedly some girl in that area that people thought was crazy had a vision, but the only thing in the vision that she saw was presence in water, and it was around Christmas time.
Right.
So
Yep.
I was just like, no, because I
That's really
definitely believe in people having those visions. And
it's
I'm like,
creepy.
yeah, I don't know what this being is connected to where that kind of where sacrifice obviously needs to happen. I'm not with that.
Not a sacrifice.
Obviously,
I mean, I don't know. I have a story for that too because like I don't.
sacrifice story.
No, it's not sacred. The opposite of that. So because of this and other sightings that happened afterwards, because if you think about it, that's 1966, and years later, people are still seeing it in different states, especially up north. I guess it's a big thing up there. Ohio has sightings. As a matter of fact, I believe one of the journalists who took it and ran with it with the news article was from Ohio. Um, yes, girl, they're nearby. He floating by your house right now. I'm done. You
He
know,
knocks on my door.
is
That's
this
a
the
church.
residence of just?
Right,
He said, I need some murk.
I'm, I'm so done. But no, so the most recent thing that I was watching was that there was a whole bunch of Chicago sightings in 2017, talking over 100 witnesses. And one of the videos that they had, you can actually see a winged creature with a humanoid body flapping its wings, fly right off of the Willis Tower, which used to be the
Nope.
Sears Tower there, into the sky. One of the biker guys who recorded it was like, I was just like driving like on his bicycle and he noticed that people started looking up at the sky, so he pulled his phone out and started recording, and the fucking video, just, I'm gonna try to find
What
the
in the
link.
fucking Gotham City villain is
I'm
that
telling
shit?
you, it
Not
really
Gotham
is.
City villain. I mean,
It is
definitely
though.
is
It is
featured in
Gotham City
Batman.
villains situations, because if you
Batman, we need your help.
yeah,
Because Mothman is out here fucking tripping and shit.
I mean, I'm not Batman. We need
Because
your
of
help.
the popularity, they did have Killer Moth in the Batman animated series.
They did. They did.
Because it was so big in the early 90s.
Oh, speaking of, that same journalist from Ohio is the one who named him Mothman off of Batman, by the way, because he was a Batman fan. That's how he got his name as Mothman. Like, D just shaking his head. By the way, these people in Point Pleasant, West Virginia, are super obsessed now about Mothman. So they have a annual festival that started
That's
in
why I was done,
2002.
bitch. A festival. And look at the statues. The statues.
The statues.
We're
Let me
not
see.
gonna do this.
I don't know if you guys have it pulled up. Let me see if I can pull up the statue because
I'm not pulling that shit up because I don't like it.
I will
don't
pull
like
it
how
up.
it looks. Like, I hate it. I do not like this.
The statue is pretty intense, not gonna lie.
I was like, excuse me?
He he looks great. I don't know, he looks great. Let me see. Okay, let me turn this light down and that way you guys can see it. Here we go. Okay. Can you see that?
Oh, no, thank you.
I don't know if it's too dark. Maybe it's too dark. But I mean, you saw it. So if you Google Mothman and then just get a visual, you'll see the wild ass statue that they have made in this city in honor.
And they have like pictures of people spotting it on bridges and stuff. And what makes that so wild in my head is because technology is so good nowadays where you can kind of edit anything to look like anything, right?
Yes.
But in the same token, you start believing or expanding your mind to others. That just means stuff that you wouldn't believe in can hide better in plain sight because people are so quick to dismiss and say that's not a real UFO or that's not real or this isn't real. It's like that nigga could be right next to you at the ATM machine and you wouldn't even believe it because you're just like, everything's fake, everything's digital.
I mean, that's the same reason why I think like when we talked about Bigfoot the other week, like it literally, they're so big that if they stood still, you would just walk by it thinking it was another tree. That's what happened to a lot of stories. Like people were like, I thought it was nothing because then they got close and they were like, holy shit, what the fuck is that furry thing? And then like took off. Like it's fucking mind blowing. But so here's my thing. I couldn't find anything crazy in Chicago yet. that happen, because usually tragedy follows. Of course, Chicago's known for like high murder rates and things like that. So I don't know if it's like a continuous thing there, because people go on killing sprees there and shit like that. So it's a little bit scary. But they don't have a festival. I don't know why you would have a festival.
That's the part that kills me. When I found that shit out and it was close near me, I was like, first of all,
are you telling me you're not gonna go?
Yeah.
Are you still?
Oh, fuck you, CJ.
You're not going?
Like none of this. I'm not going to that shit. Why would you even have a festival for a man-sized fucking moth? For what?
That made a bridge fall and killed 40-something.
Man, listen. That has a history of you see this nigga, shit. Something bad's gonna happen to you.
That's true.
The definition of on site. And that's you want to have a whole ass festival for that? You want to conjure up some shit for that? And on your sci-fi channel, because you like to watch the paranormal hoes run around and catch shit.
Paranormal hoes run around and catch shit.
They got a whole series on it. Like here's some fun facts. Over 100 people reported sightings of Mothman in Point Pleasant.
Yes.
And then many people who stated that they saw Mothman experience ear and eye trauma. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I know that part.
And then that Silver Bridge is what we're talking about. So y'all can look it up. Silver Bridge collapsed. Several people reported seeing the Mothman flying above the bridge. The Mothman sightings in and around Point Pleasant ceased on December 15th, 1967, the same day as the bridge collapsed, like we said.
Mm-hmm.
And then there were reported sightings of Mothman before the Chernobyl disaster.
Oh yeah, I was getting into
fuck out of here.
Yes.
So he causing fucking meltdowns and shit. What the fuck?
That's why I said every time they see this nigga, something bad happens.
But here's the thing. There's one account from Germany where the miners, one of the
1978.
Yep, they saw a Mothman-like figure in the entrance of the cave, and one of them was like, "Let's go," and they immediately evacuated, and an hour later the mine collapsed. So some people are saying that it's a creature that warns people of bad things that are to come. It's just that people don't believe in omens, so they don't listen like they do. You see what I'm saying? Like, I would be the one to be like, bitches, we got to go. Like, let's get the fuck out of here right now if I saw some shit like that. But a lot of people would be like, what is that? And then move on with their life. And then an hour later be in that fucking mine collapse and dead. You know what I'm saying?
You know one interesting theory about Mothman also?
What's that?
So there was this one video that I was watching talking about what angels really look like versus how we think they look.
Yes, angels looking like you. Have you seen these, Brandi?
I've seen the drawings, and I'm like, bitch, if I see a nigga with 27,000 eyes and fur and wings, I'd be like, ah.
So there's a lot of speculation, especially based off the omen theory, that they're there to warn you about things.
Yes.
A lot of people may argue that, hey, that's actually an angel. And angels aren't white girls with halos like we think they are.
Well, no, white girls with halos.
I see a halo.
Oh my, disclaimer.
Halo.
Oh my god, do you know that song is also sampled by Kelly Clarkson? Just a side note. Anyway,
really?
Yes.
What song? Of Kelly's.
Damn, I gotta look it up. But that
is so interesting.
It's the same song, but it sounds so different because they're, two different singers. But I think they gave it to Beyonce first, and then Kelly got it afterwards.
Kelly could have sang the shit out of that too.
Yeah, they do both each other a good service with that one, because I was like,
you know what I found out also?
What?
You know, the Pump Stay Together. The song.
What?
Yeah.
The Pump Stay Together.
Yeah.
That was sampled from New Edition.
Oh yeah, so the
Mr. Telephone Man.
So a lot of J-pop and K-pop is sampled songs. The new one, like the America song, the USA song that the Pump came back with a couple of years ago, that's a sampled Eurobeat song as well. And they have sampled Lady Gaga.
Talking about this group she's been obsessed with.
You leave me alone. In between the Pump and Eve 6, I'm done. I'm like, and they're like
Eve 6 old.
First of all,
Come on, that's all of us. What do you mean? What do you mean?
I got super excited because Eve6 posted that they're re-recording a song that's on a fucking soundtrack that you can't get anywhere. And I was like fucking texting them, DMing the shit out of them this morning. That was me. I'm like 13 when it comes to those two bands. It's so fucking ridiculous.
Don't they like know you by name?
They do.
Yeah.
Because I go to their show every time they come to either Fort Worth, Dallas, or the surrounding area. So, you know.
Just like Fort Worth, Dallas, Oklahoma City, Boston, you know, wherever they end up.
Wherever they end up.
Whatever.
I promise I'm not a groupie. I'm just a fan. There's a difference.
Oh my God. Like they're going to see CJ, and CJ's like the reversion of the Mothman. Like if you see CJ hovering around one of the concerts, watch the fuck out.
On that note, let's take a quick break.
We're going to pay these bills.
We'll be right
the radio
back.
station, dude. Let's go pay these bills.
I'm done. We'll
I
be
used
back.
to never knew what they meant by that.
And we're back. Moths.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are. Horrible.
Not calling the audience moths. Be back on your moth ass.
Oh my God. So this Mothman situation though, I haven't seen anything recent. Let me look it up real quick because I was like,
sometimes I wonder, like, were people, because when you hear about some of these stories of sightings, a lot of this stuff came about like late 50s, 60s, especially the 70s, and then seemed to kind of dissipate. So I'm like, was everyone just so high where it was like, I see this and I see that? Because a lot of people kind of jokingly dismiss stuff like that. Like, look, everybody was high, was tripping on acid. They were experimenting with everything. So of course, maybe you see one creature and you think it's something else.
That's true.
But some of the interviews, again, because like we talked about on our last episode, just some of the interviews you see with like grown ass people, pretty traumatized by what happened to them.
Yeah. So when I see like the grown ass men in tears and like their body,
that's
physically
what got me shook. Like
shaking,
I don't know.
I don't feel like it's a lie. I do have a problem with them making a whole ass Mothman museum though. Like they have a whole
like, what is that? Who is buying tickets to that shit?
I am.
CJ, I already know.
Weirdo.
I already know CJ's ass is gonna show up with crystals in her pocket.
Right. She guys like, well, Rob and I brought white sage and you know, rose quartz before we came and tourmaline and we're good. And it's just like, get the fuck out of here.
Oh my God, there's like a haunted house cocktail evening that's coming up in Dallas and I really want to go. Right? I'm telling you, like it's supposed to be like you dress up for the time period as well. Like I kind of want to go if I have time.
A haunted thing, our haunted house restaurant opened here in Cleveland, and they've had people drive like 10 hours from North Carolina to come to this place, girl. It is popping. They're taking nothing but online reservations now. Ain't no walk-ins.
Of course.
It's insane. So the online reservations are like 3 months out. I, of course, already have my reservation.
Come on, girl.
We'll be there in that hole next month.
Let's go.
Is it a real haunted house?
I hope not.
Mine is.
Checked.
The one
I
in
know
Dallas
CJ's is because CJ's demonic, so she doesn't care.
First of all, I'm not demonic.
She wants to hang with her people.
I am a light worker kitchen witch. I don't understand.
Riddle me this then. Why else, Demetrius? I'll approach you as the judge of the court. Why else would one be so comfortable always going to the dark and crazy shit if they weren't themselves dark and crazy?
No, it's not just dark and crazy. It's
I rest my case, Your Honor. Thank you.
It's to learn about the world around you, because
you can't do that from your house.
I mean, I could, but it would be more awesome to experience.
She said, "I want to feel it."
Right? Exactly. Exactly. And that is the crazy thing inside of her.
You can learn more. And you can learn. It's like my Twitter, my personal Twitter accounts. I follow all kinds of different political people. I was even following Trump just so I could see what the differences were, because that way your algorithm kind of stays flat and it doesn't keep showing you the same shit.
I get
the
that.
Same, you know
and
what I mean?
And it's so easy for your algorithm to just
it just becomes all liberal or all Democratic, all conservative.
A couple of, like Shapiro videos and Candace Owens like a few times.
Right? Wasn't it all just like
shit like this all the time, like the next day? Yeah. I was like, girl, all my Britney videos. What happened?
You gotta go back and look at them again.
It took no time.
Yeah,
my algorithm on Facebook thinks I'm mixed.
You are, aren't you? You speak like 4 languages, do you not?
Oh, but he keeps trying to sell me these T-shirts like "Kiss Me, I'm half Japanese." I'm like, who the fuck told y'all I was half Japanese?
I hate
You
this.
know what? Those things are weird, except for when they're like, oh, all like best people are born in like October or whatever. I remember the first time my dumb ass didn't catch that they were just basically trolling me for with my own information. I was like,
Yes.
oh my God, they made a shirt just for me. I said, wait a minute. This is y'all just trying to get my fucking money.
Yeah, they had ones that would come up on my shit where it would say best manager ever, like for work. Like, or like you can take the girl out of Oki, but you can't take the Okinawa out.
Yeah, I
of
get
the girl.
shit like that.
That came up. It was like a plain pink t-shirt and it was like cosplay bay. And I was like, you niggas is all up in my phone.
Just you
All
can't
up in
say
my
nothing.
phone.
Me and Brittany was talking about going to San Antonio a few weeks ago. We just talked about it. I'm not looking anything up. Literally just said it within our conversation one fucking time. Next day, visit sanantonio.com. Like just fucking all kinds of ads. And I was like, I fucking can't. I know you can turn it off.
Dan. It's Dan doing this shit.
Dan got all information.
That is part of his job. It is.
Dan's gonna have like, there's gonna be nothing but Mothman shit on my phone now. I'm scared to open this bitch now talking about it. I don't like that.
Yeah, I'm about to go on Reddit, you guys, because Reddit has a scary
Reddit
section.
got the stories.
I'm about to go.
Reddit got good stories.
And I feel like I need to read some and just like post some because I can't. Even the short ones are fucking scary as fuck. Let me find one because Brittany sent me.
Good.
She said no, I'm tired. Like Brittany sent me one the other day, and I was like, "Yo,
why are you and Brittany like being scared? Y'all weird."
What do you mean?
Brittany, I did like you.
You listen to lore and stuff too.
She don't wanna be saved. Don't save her.
I'm just
disclaimer. Face ass.
No, not disclaimer. Disclaimer. Not our songs or a melody or lyrics.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I got one.
What?
Demetrius, who am I? Disclaimer.
With the fucking, not the hands on the fucking
better. Hold on, let me get my bang.
There you go.
Oh my God, I can't stand you.
I look just like her. That's crazy.
No, stop it. Fucking can't. I already have too many people who want to be like me, don't want to be me. So, no, did I say that out loud? I didn't mean to. I sure did.
Hey, Brandi.
Oh my God.
Disclaimer.
That with the sock. I hate you so much.
That's just like her.
No, okay, so like, for example, like this is why I want to go on Reddit. So this Reddit asked, one of the questions was, what is the most unexplainable thing that ever happened to you? We might have to do like episodes on this.
Oh yeah.
This one was kind of weird. It was like I was outside talking to my neighbor. Suddenly it was like somebody accidentally flicked the lights off and back on. It was dark in the middle of the day as far as I could see for just a split second. I thought it was just my brain, but then I saw my neighbor look confused as well. Then her daughter said, "What just happened?" We all were looking in the opposite direction, so it was just suddenly dark everywhere. We still talk about it sometimes. No idea what it was. I've spent hours on the internet trying to find answers with no success. Edit. It was not an eclipse. Don't you think I would have looked that up first? Also, it wasn't anything like an eclipse. It lasted like a blink of an eye. Others are saying it was a plain shadow, which is really what I thought it was, but I looked it up online. I learned a lot about it. They're too high up. Basically, I'm just making it short. They're too high up for it to be a shadow of the plane. And it was too long ago now for me to remember everything clearly, but it literally, like, he's literally trained in scientific research and he can't wrap his mind around what happened. So it was like, click, click, like the daytime, nighttime situation. Look at Brandi.
Nope.
Just like let me see. What
so theory.
Yes.
Something so fucking big maybe flew far overhead that it kind of blocked the sun for a sec.
Yeah, but
theory. Dimensional shit is going on.
I think it's
somebody split in our world, and then it was like, oh shit, wasn't supposed to be here, zipped out. And
like,
some type of right.
Whoops, wrong section.
Wrong room.
Somebody like our dumbasses was like,
See,
This doesn't look like the planet I was supposed to be on. Sorry, guys, as you were.
See, I can't.
Carry on.
These fucking stories are so crazy.
I do not want to hear no shit like that, especially when it's coming from logical people. No.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was like, this is very interesting because they're trained in like scientific research, and they were like, I don't even know what to call it, and I was like, well, no, like it's just too much. Oh, this one was good. This one was creepy. And I feel like this is kind of like the Demetrius story of the green room with the green carpet.
Oh God.
I know. So this person was like, one night when I was about 16 years old, I swear I glitched into the Matrix or something. I finally decided to get off my computer and go to bed around 2 a.m., if memory serves me correctly. At the time, my family and I lived in a decently sized 2-story house. The staircase to the second floor was pretty basic. Head up a few steps, turn on the landing halfway up, traverse the remaining few steps, and at the top, you're only a couple of footfalls away from my bedroom door. Someone please explain to me then how I got lost on this fucking staircase. Sure, it was dark, but even then, you'd have to be a special kind of stupid to not know how to walk up these stairs that you've gone up already 1,000 times before. Just keep one hand on the railing and you don't need to use your eyes. I swear that as soon as I reached the landing, I spent 10 minutes just continually walking upwards. Realistically, it only takes someone 5 to 7 seconds to walk up these stairs. 3 if they're running or skipping steps. I realized I'd been walking for much longer than that. Stopped and immediately felt uneasy. I walked up those stairs in pitch black darkness so many times before, but even with my hand on the railing, I was getting nowhere. Just endlessly walking upwards. My fucking skin crawled. My skin's crawling right now rereading this shit. Okay, anyway, if my brother hadn't turned on the upstairs hallway light, I'm not sure I would have made it to my bedroom. Guy blinked sleepily at me and asked me if I was okay, and all I could say was, I legitimately have no idea. Told him the next day what had happened, and he told me that the reason he come out of his room in the first place was because he had heard footsteps on the stairs for several minutes. Look at Brandi. Brandi's about to leave. What the fuck, man? What was that? I was no. He was like, I'm not. I wasn't tired.
Not me turning to my TV and seeing this.
What is this? Scary monsters. Oh my god.
No, man.
Bitch. So this guy was like,
for that reason alone. They doing too much. No.
He was like, he was like, I still get chills thinking about this shit. Or this guy, this is your short one. The time I fell into a glass door and the only thing that broke was the keys in my pocket. How fucking weird is that?
That is strange right there. Your keys broke?
Yeah, your keys broke.
That's some type of glass.
I was just like, I don't know. Oh, and this last one. For about a week before my apartment burned down, I dreamed every night about various houses burning down. Like they had an omen dream all week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that shit I don't play with. That shit I don't play.
Yo,
we gotta wait a little bit.
My great grandmother's house was known for it's like the poltergeist house. Shit, like crazy shit happened in there all the time.
Of course it was.
So my mom told me one time when she was in high school, she was getting ready to walk out the doors to go to school, and she was upstairs getting ready, and when she went to walk down the stairs, she looked, and she said the stairs just went on forever.
Oh God, see, I'm afraid that's gonna happen one day.
She said that shit fucked her up. She like closed her eyes and opened them. She's like, I'm tripping. And then she looked down and she was like, what the fuck?
It was still there?
It was still there. So she said, but it was like the stairs are like, it's like a landing. Like you go halfway and there's a landing and then halfway the other way. She was like, I'm tripping. I gotta be tripping. So she said she closed her eyes and jumped to the bottom of the landing. And she said that's how she used to have to go to school in the morning because she would see it all the time.
Oh no, God. Absolutely not. Fucking the Winchester house shit. I can't.
Oh man. That story.
We might have to put that in. Let me put that on my list, you guys.
You know they only got like the one picture of that girl, and that's it.
Let me go ahead and put that in our list.
Story.
We'll talk about it, you guys, because I mean,
and
we
then
could go
kept
on
having
forever.
different people work on that whole. It's like it was the original.
We can't. That shit
It was
is
the original
crazy.
Denver airport with the way they were switching workers.
Yes.
Insane. Like insane.
It's so amazing to me that all these things happen and people still don't believe in the supernatural and stuff. Like, how you won't have things like Mothman flying all over the place? Now we got videos. Y'all should go look at the videos. It's ridiculous. Maybe I'll just send you. I'll just send you the links on our messenger. And for you guys who are listening or watching, I'll put it on our description box inside of our podcast thing.
No, I think it was that Chernobyl one that had me real shook when I heard about the connection, when I told you I was listening to that podcast talking about it, and I was like, man, get the fuck out of here.
Isn't that crazy that it's not even just in one, like, a country, I guess? Like, it's in different locations. It happens before tragedy and disaster, and like, I'm wondering if I want to go look it up and see if anybody's seen it in China right now.
Like, where was he at?
Where
was you at?
Like, cause y'all see what's going on in China,
like blinking.
Right? Not blinking.
Fuck out of this relationship.
Get out.
I'm so sorry with y'all. No, seriously, like, I want to see if anybody in China has seen it this week or last week, because they're having some serious shit go down over there. Like, their typhoon doesn't look like a regular typhoon. I don't know if you guys have seen the videos.
Yeah, I study typhoons all the time. No, CJ, nobody's seen that shit. Oh my god.
Why not? What do you guys?
CJ just has a really bad habit of talking like, doesn't everyone know?
Doesn't everybody do that?
No.
No? Nobody knows about the sandstorms and shit? Man.
We'll talk about it. Maybe we go live or do like a...
We might have to go live. There's a lot to go live on. Anyway, we're going to wrap this up because our alarm's about to go off. So if you have loved our podcast thus far, please make sure to subscribe to your favorite podcast platform. We're on all the major ones like iTunes, Spotify, Twitch, all of that, Switch. All of that stuff. And then if you're watching us on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe here, hit that notification bell so you can get our episodes every Thursday and Friday. Sometimes we're a little late. Don't mind me. I be working on my baking business, so give me a moment. We love you still. Look at that. I don't know what they're dancing to. I swear to God, don't know what you guys hear, but you guys be on the same beat. Same beat.
The same thing we heard at your wedding. We are
I guess that's what it is.
Forever in sync.
Oh my god, so gross. So gross. So gross. Anyway.
Like how there's no other explanation for her other than just gross. That's the only adjective she has.
That's all I got. Anywho, stay woke, stay blessed, stay logical and safe. If you're black, stay black. If you're not, POCs and allies unite. We'll catch you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.